YouTubers have cool intros. I want a cool intro. What am I doing? My pants are too tight. I can't get over the chair. Alright, we're doing this. It's happening. That's my first YouTube video. Welcome to my attempt at making a YouTube channel and doing a YouTube video. So if you don't know who I am and you've just stumbled onto this channel or this video from the depths of the internet, my name is Misty. I am an artist first and foremost. More specifically, I am a photographer. I specialize in boudoir photography and self-portraiture, which is also boudoir adjacent. I am a ferocious self-love advocate, as well as an advocate for getting in touch with our sensuality and using that to empower ourselves and fall more in love with ourselves and romance ourselves in our daily lives. I get in front of the camera quite a lot, both for my self-portraiture and also with creative collaborations with other photographers. Something I hear from my clients on a regular basis, almost every single client, they're always really nervous and they're very anxious about being photographed and being in front of the camera. And I don't think that's boudoir exclusive. I don't think that nerves and anxiety just exists when you're wanting to be photographed in a boudoir setting. I think just getting in front of the camera in general can be very scary and very nerve-wracking. No matter what your experience, I personally still get nervous in front of a camera, in front of photographer I haven't worked with before, or if it's just like a really vulnerable shoot that I want to achieve, it can be very nerve-wracking. So hopefully with this video we can kind of go over a couple steps, a couple actions you can take for yourself in order to ground you and help kind of quell those nerves, calm those nerves, and get more in touch with yourself before and during your photo shoot. So although being photographed can be a very nerve-wracking experience, it can also be very healing and very rewarding. I think there's a lot of healing benefits in this experience for everybody, to love yourself a little bit deeper, to get to know yourself a little bit more, and to see yourself in a different light. So I'm hoping through this video it can help you get the most out of your shoot. I'm gonna have to do so much editing. Okay. Alright, so here are some techniques to use both before and actively during your photo shoot. So while it's happening, you can implement some strategies and some techniques to help you stay present, kind of combat any of those nerves that you're having, and just stay fully with yourself throughout your shoot. Tip number one is to journal before your shoot. Journaling is an active part of my morning ritual. I journal almost every morning unless I forget, which definitely I forget more than I like to. So if I have a shoot that day, my journaling practice incorporates talking about that shoot. I might go over maybe what I'm nervous about, what my fears are, but also a really important part of journaling is to welcome some affirmations and some positive energy into your day. So you can journal positivity into your day. I literally just said that. So some examples of affirmations that you can journal before your shoot. I am worthy of being seen. I am strong, beautiful, and I can accomplish anything. And the world is better because I am sharing my energy with the world. So these are just three random examples that I just wrote down in like 2 seconds. But you can write down anything you want, anything that you feel drawn to or that you feel like you need to welcome into that day or that shoot, or set an intention. The world is your oyster. Affirmations are totally just for you, so you can just get really creative with them and use them however you need to. So number two, after journaling, is incorporating a movement practice into your ritual before your session. I think moving is really important because it helps you get present in your body. It helps you just ground down into your vessel and really just be with your body. I think that is hugely important before you get into a session. If you're kind of like out of tune with yourself physically, in your physical vessel, it's going to be harder for you to get into that zone in front of the camera, especially if you're not doing self-portraits and there's another photographer there who's capturing you. You're going to have that kind of self-awareness and self-consciousness if you're not already present in your body before you start. I'm like reaching for my script. Sorry guys, I'm not good at this yet. So before I leave for a shoot, or before I start a self-portraiture session, what I do is I put on a little playlist of my favorite songs, and I do a combination, it's like stretching and dancing at the same time. So it is largely stretching to kind of like get out any kinks I have in my body, because I want to shoot stuff that's usually like very back bendy and very archy, so I want to make sure my body's warmed up so I don't hurt myself, because that's also very important. But then I also incorporate a dance element that really just lets me feel into my emotions and feel into my body and kind of feel where I am in that day. But you can do any movement practice. It doesn't need to be dance, and it doesn't need to be stretching. If you're a yogi, you can do yoga before your session. If you're a runner, you can go for a run in the morning. Just help you like get into your body and ground down. Yeah. How many times can I say body and grounding? Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, just be aware that the intention of doing movement before your shoot is just to be mindfully present with yourself, with your body, and to drop into your vessel. Number 3 is use sense to keep yourself present. Activating an additional sense is gonna allow you to stay physically present and not drop into that subconscious, and just stay really present with your body. It's gonna help you stay out of your head and stay in the moment with yourself. So I like to personally burn incense before my shoot while I'm doing my movement practice. So I'll put on the music, I'll burn incense. I'm like looking over at my incense like you guys can see it. No, you can't see it. There's a frame. So I like to burn incense before my shoot when I'm doing my movement practice, and just it allows me to be more present with the moment. When you're smelling something as well as feeling your body and moving, you have so many senses going on, it's hard to allow yourself to drop into that headspace and to stay up here. So you really want to get out of this and into your body, and just burning incense or having a scent going will allow you to kind of have that extra layer of presence. Another thing you can do is wear your favorite perfume or essential oils. Something to be mindful of here is if you're shooting with a photographer, you don't want to just be layering perfume on, because scent sensitivity is a thing. I myself am very perfume sensitive, so just check in with your photographer. But essential oils are also a great alternative because they don't usually trigger sensitivity as bad, but it's still nice to be mindful, so you want to check in with the people that you're going to be around when you're incorporating scents into your practice and into your ritual before your shoot. How am I doing? Number 4, what is this? I don't know what I'm doing. Hello. Number 4 is make a list of mantras to say to yourself in your head during your shoot. So now we're getting into the active during the shoot tactics and techniques that you can use. This one plays into affirmations almost directly. You can use the affirmations you wrote in your journal in the morning and use them as your mantras during your shoot. But mantras are a little bit different. They're something that you're just saying to yourself in that moment to just like hype yourself up. So you're being like your own personal little hype girl. I stole this technique from my burlesque world and my burlesque practice, because when I'm on stage doing burlesque, I have mantras that I say to myself, like, you're so welcome, and oh, don't I look delicious, and like all those fun things that you want to say to yourself to hype yourself up. You can bring those into your shoot and say them while you're being photographed or while you're photographing yourself. So you can use the ones that I just said as an example, or you can create your own. My favorite one is you are so welcome. Like, I just love that mantra. It's so much fun. You are a gift to the world, and you are just saying that back to yourself and reminding yourself that you are a gift. Another couple good ones that I like is I am worthy and thank you body. I love just putting my hands on my body and saying thank you, because it does so much for us. It works so hard to keep us comfortable, safe, breathing, moving through the world. So when you're just in your shoot, taking a moment to be like, thank you for everything that you do for me. Number 5, this should be number 1 and number 2, number 3. This is the most important one. If you don't do anything else from this list and this is the only one that you take away, just do this one. And it is just to breathe. Breathing is so important. It's literally the reason we're alive, and active and mindful breath can keep you so present. A breathing technique I like to use for myself, and also that I encourage my clients to do in every single shoot, is to take deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. So when I'm shooting a client, I will actually like tell them to do that like 100 times during the shoot. I'm sure they get really sick of me being like, breathe in, breathe out, but it helps so much. So physiologically, it actually reduces your stress levels. So that's a big bonus right there if you are feeling anxious and nervous about being in front of the camera, which we've already established everybody does. So breathing is so important, paramount. And also if you are worried about what to do with your face when you're being photographed, it helps with your mouth. So it's like two big bonuses right there. When you breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth, not like you're blowing out a candle. We don't want any of this. We want just like an open mouth, like just breathy breath. It parts your lips and it just makes you look like just so natural, and it releases any tension. So when we hold our mouth closed for shoots, it can look like we're really tense and like we're holding a lot of nerves in our jaw. So just by releasing that jaw and just breathing, you are posing your face, and it helps a lot if you're worried about like, I don't know what to do with my mouth. Breathe, breathe, breathe. I wrote this down, so I just want to share it. When in doubt, breathe out. I'll see myself out, don't worry. I'll just, bye. Number 6, okay, this is the last one on the list. It's only 6 points, but number 6 is to just touch your body. Put your hands on your body. This is such an important one, and also it's so much fun, and it makes for more diverse and dynamic posing as well. So during your shoot, make it a priority to actively put your hands on your body and engage with the feeling of being with yourself. So you can do this in tandem with your breathing practice. I call it body tracers when I'm with my clients, but I call it body tracers when I'm with my clients and I'm directing a client to pose. So what I'll do is I'll tell them to start by putting one hand up on their neck and just tracing their body down. And you gotta go really slowly. And you can do this with your breathing in and out through your mouth, and it's gonna create a dynamic, really beautiful, soft pose. So just allow yourself that moment to just trace your skin with your hands and let it keep you present and grounded. Just allow yourself to feel into this moment and feel how good it is just to like put your hands on your body and be fully, truly present with exactly where you are. You can combine all of these in-shoot techniques together, like using your mantra, saying it to yourself while you're breathing, and running your hand over your neck or your forearm or your leg, whatever you choose, whatever your action is or whatever you choose to touch. You can just incorporate all of those little techniques together, and it'll keep you so fully grounded and present in that moment that it'll be great. That's not how I wanted to say that, but whatever. So that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. Just those quick 6 techniques. Thank you so much for watching my first attempt at a YouTube video. Subscribe. That's something you tell people to do on YouTube, right? Subscribe to my channel. I will be posting more tips and tricks for self-portraiture, boudoir photography, as well as some nature adventures, because I do a lot of my self-portraiture outdoors and a lot of my boudoir photography outdoors, so I will be incorporating some of that adventure stuff into here as well as some self-love, advocacy, and tips, and just good, fun self-love vibes. So yeah. Thanks for coming.